Do you believe in miracles? If not, a family in Arkadelphia has a story that might change your mind. Not only was a mother of 4 medically dead and then brought back to life, she was then frozen and now just 6 weeks later is back to her normal life.
It's the kind of material screenwriters use for television dramas.
You could freeze him.
You shouldn't be in here.
You want him to have a shot at walking again.
Freezing a patient to save his or her life.
They did make a football player walk at Buffalo Gen using therapeutic hypothermia.
It's not just a Hollywood script, it's the story of Cindy Huneycutt's life.
Well, I had felt a little bit of numbness in my fingers, not really any chest pain, something that kind of felt like indigestion.
Minutes later, Cindy was unconscious, and her 17-year-old son was calling 911.
I just told them that my mom was making really weird breathing noises, and she wasn't responding to us, and that they needed to get here as soon as they could.
They were there in 6 minutes, but Cindy had no signs of life.
She died. She died in front of her 17-year-old son, who called EMS. She was having a large heart attack at the time. That's what caused her to die.
When I was here and she was on the floor, I just knew. But you know, and I just prayed that God would send her back, because I knew she was gone. I just prayed that He would send her back.
Ted's prayer was answered.
She was shocked several times at home by EMS personnel. She was brought to the Arkadelphia ER, where she was shocked again several times, and then she was flown to Baptist to be taken care of here.
Doctors there quickly decided to use a machine that had only been used twice before at Baptist Hospital. It's the only one of its kind in Arkansas.
The old way of doing this was to put ice bags on everyone, and so ice bags, you can imagine, you overshoot and go too cold, you undershoot and go too warm. It's very difficult. This is a very precise way of doing it.
Dr. David Jones is talking about therapeutic hypothermia, when the body is intentionally cooled in order to save brain and organ function. Cooled saline is sent through a patient's body through a catheter. As it passes the person's blood, the blood is cooled until the desired temperature of 91 degrees Fahrenheit is reached. An adult body can be cooled in a couple of hours. Then the patient remains in a state of hypothermia for 24 hours. The hope is that when Cindy warms up, she'll wake up.
But if she didn't wake up in 48 hours, that we would have some big decisions to make.
Not only did Cindy wake up, she had no brain damage and was told she would make a full recovery. We talked to Cindy less than a week after her heart attack. Although still groggy, she's very aware of what happened and very appreciative for this machine that she says helped save her life.
And it's just such a blessing to have had that available, because I really don't think I would be here if it weren't for that. So I'm very thankful.
Dr. Jones says success stories like Cindy's are the reason why he went into medicine.
It's truly so exciting to see a patient who is, you take from the brink of death, you stabilize them, you take care of them for the first 24 hours, and then to see them wake up when they shouldn't wake up is really exciting.
And to say Cindy and her family are grateful would be an understatement.
I'm thankful for all the prayers that we got, and it's a miracle. It really is.
I mean, I'm just in awe. I'm so thankful that God, you know, spared me for my children.
Because everybody's asking and wants to know how she's doing, but you have to tell the whole story. I mean, you just have to tell, you know, what God has provided for us and the blessings He's given us. It's just amazing.
And Ted says he spends about an hour a day telling that story. Well, Cindy will have another EKG done next week to find out how much damage was done to her heart. And until then is wearing an external defibrillator. No problems are expected, and she considers herself completely